Hello, and welcome back to this playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I am Scutlist, and with this episode, I hope to bring the fight to the MCP and end the space paranoid story in this game. Our first order of business is to go to the Solar Sailor. I think I actually went to the Solar Sailor area on the first visit to Space Paranoids, but we couldn't really do anything there. Anyway, first order of business, let's take care of some enemies. These things can get kind of annoying, I guess. And continue forward. This should be where we get to the Solar Sailor from. And I recall there's a weird gimmick to the puzzle piece. There's something of a gimmick to the Solar Sailor. You have to make sure it doesn't get too much weight added to it. Let's see what everyone has to say first.
You've got to keep a lookout. The MCP isn't going to just let us waltz in.
Okay, here's the thing. We are going to lose if the weight meter maxes out. So take out the enemies as fast as you reasonably can. The weight meter does make those bigger enemies become a lot more annoying because of the way they can trap you in a little combo. You know, I remember back in the day, I think I completed this battle just as the weight meter maxed out. At first, I wasn't sure if I had lost or won. Let's see if I can't do any better this time around. Explosion. That doesn't sound like a useful ability. I don't even remember an ability like that. Anyway, I think all that's left is the boss fight with the MCP and Commander Sark.
The MCP is straight ahead.
Time to settle things for good.
I spy some treasure chests. 4 treasure chests at least. Orichalcum Plus, that's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Cosmic Arts, that might be worth equipping later. And onward we go.
Who was that?
Sark, the MCP's number 2.
Tenacious little bugs. Your time is up. Prepare for de-resolution.
Okay, we're fighting the MCP and Sark, but this battle is... I think this battle is separated into 2 phases. Our first phase is really just against Commander... is really just with Sark. And he's not really very threatening by himself, really.
Take this.
I mean, I think you can see that quite clearly.
Give up.
He doesn't have much HP by himself, and I don't think he even hit me once during that fight.
You're very persistent, Tron.
I'm also better than you.
We would have made a great team.
Now for the MCP.
This thing is the MCP?
That's it. Ugly, isn't it?
Tron, don't you understand? We don't need users. We've advanced. They're superfluous. Be a part of me, and together the world will be ours to control.
MCP. You still don't get it, do you?
Sark! Sark! All my functions are now yours.
Okay, now here's our real boss fight. Commander Sark and the MCP. At first glance, it may look like Sark's our main enemy, but he isn't really. Like the last fight, Sark doesn't really have a whole lot of HP, but once you take him out... Hold on. Once you take him out, you attack these panels. And from here, we can get to work on the MCP's health bar. And this fight kind of drags on a little. Anyway, after a while, the MCP will use the panels to knock you away. And I think at this point, he will revive Sark, and the pattern repeats. And that's really all there is to the fights. I think there may be some other attacks he does later, but that's pretty much it.
Back in the game.
But yeah, as I said, this fight does just kind of drag on, and I don't think there's any real new gimmick that enters the fight later to make it a bit more interesting. I guess the MCP does get kind of aggressive with the lasers after a while.
Data error detected.
Eliminate all threats.
This is it.
Back in the game.
When I look at the MCP and Sark and Tron, I just find it kind of funny to think about how, when was the Tron movie, when did the Tron movie first come out? 1989? It's just kind of funny to think of what we thought looked like a super high-tech future back then. Anyway, this should get us to the end of the fight. No, not that. Here we are. Anyway. And that's that, an upgrade to Reflect. Despite being one of the Disney villains a bit better integrated into the plots, the MCP isn't really much of a boss fight.
We did it!
I see Tron has a silly side too.
I learned it from you. Of course, I do have my silly limits.
Okay, then I'll tweak your program when I get back to the user world.
You? Maybe we better not try that.
Aw, how about it, guys? Singin' Tron, dancing Tron. Sound good?
Okay, fine. But before I crash... Sora, Donald, Goofy, and all the users out there, thank you. You really helped me. You made me so much stronger. You taught me what friendship is truly all about. And I'll never forget it. As soon as I met you, I knew we were going to defeat the MCP and free the system. Isn't this what users do when they're sorry to say goodbye?
It's a first for me.
Gosh, Tron, it's like a promise that we'll see each other again real soon.
Okay. Well then. I promise.
Where are you going? Oh. Tron.
Things are settling down in town. The only Heartless left anywhere are the local variety. And it looks like there are fewer than before.
Now if we can just get those three back in one piece. You're here!
Welcome back.
how's the town?
A-okay.
Not a single trace of the MCP either. Everything's back to normal. We made it.
Hey, why the long face? What happened?
Tron just disappeared.
And he promised we'd see him again.
What's happening?
Greetings, friends. System is up and ready for user input.
Tron!
Stay in touch.
Yeah!
Oh boy, oh boy.
Hey, stop that. It tickles.
Tron is ticklish?
How about this?
Please stop that.
I think Tron's been hanging around those guys too much.
Wait, just a moment. I want to show you something I dug up from the system archives. You can see the town back when it was first built.
That's right. I remember now.
Just like the old days.
I'd be fascinated to ascertain as to when the town got such a dreadful name as Hollow Bastion.
You know, this town had another name once.
Hmm?
Radiant Garden.
And that takes care of our last visit. I think that's the last mandatory visit to Hollow Bastion, now Radiant Garden. And that's kind of one reason, and the name change Hollow Bastion to Radiant Garden is one reason why, if you're wanting to experience the Kingdom Hearts story, I would generally recommend you play the games in release date order, not chronological order. Because Hollow Bastion's real name would be kind of thrown right at you if you did Birth by Sleep before this game. But anyway, a new episode was added. I don't think we have to actually go back in there, though. I think our next order of business will be going back to Twilight Town. And by going to Twilight Town, we will find the means to access the world that never was, which will be where we will get to the end of the game. But we will be discussing that next time, with Space Paranoids completed, with Hollow Bastion completed. I think it's a good time to end this episode. Starting next time, we will be looking at our last mandatory visit to Twilight Town, and get ourselves to the world that never was. So until then, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.